So I'm about to head out and do a cleanup, but wanted to talk about a couple of things. Some of you might remember this blade. If you notice, it's not quite straight, a little bent. I don't know how much that's going to show on the camera. Let's see here if we can get it to show a little better. This was the blade I used on a job cleaning up a friend of mine's ditch line. The weeds were anywhere from knee to head high, and so I came in with a blade and cut them back. But at the bottom of the ditch was a bunch of riprap. So as I hit all that, it ruined this blade. So today, first thing I'm gonna do is see if I can straighten all that out a little bit. Of course, I'll flip it over and use the other side today, but just want to try to clean all that up. And then I had this blade that I also tried on another video. By the way, I'll put the links to both those videos on the bottom. And I had turned the blade this way because to me that made more sense. But when I did, of course, it put the dull side of the blade turning toward the grass instead of this way where the sharp side is turning toward the grass, relatively sharp. So I have since looked, and sure enough, it's supposed to go in this direction with the fins pointing down. I don't know that that's going to be the best way to do it, but I'm going to give it a try today too. See how things go. Instead of turning it this way, if it doesn't work out, I'll turn it over and I'll sharpen this side right here. So anyway, so I'm going to go inside the shop here and see if I can do something with this blade, and I'll be back with you. So the first thing I'm going to try on this blade, I think I'm going to try just putting it here in the vise and see if the vise will straighten it out without me having to beat on it. The next thing, if the vise doesn't do it, is oh yeah, it's bending pretty easy. I'll put it in, I'll hit it with a hammer if I have to, but no, I don't think I will need to. I think it's going to be just fine. That vise, even this little bitty vise, is doing real good. Yeah, pretty good. What I'm doing is I'm putting just that bent end and then folding it back some. Yep. So I guess this is pretty mild steel for that to be in that easy, which I guess is okay because you don't want it to be brittle. So it's brittle to come out on you instead of bending. You hit something, you don't want it breaking, flying out shrapnel all over you. All right, I think I can live with that. Let me fire off the grinder and hit some of these rough places on it here. I think we'll be ready to go. All right, that looks a lot better now. I went ahead and hit the back side just a little bit where it had folded. My microphone caught here. Where it had folded off here. So I think we're okay. Get this thing ready and we'll head up, get some work done today. All right, well, let's get this blade put on this thing. This is a shaft I got as an extra shaft. And yes, I've already cut myself this morning. So I'm gonna mount this blade on it here. And takes that. And then, of course, it's left-handed threads. I think this is the mark for it. I have a bunch over here and trying to make sure I got the right one. Yep, that's it. All right, so here's today's project. We got this area here. I've talked about doing it for a couple of years now and haven't gotten time to do it. I'm gonna try today. It's kind of cool this morning. And before I get started on it, I'm gonna introduce somebody to you. I'm gonna introduce my granddaughter. I'm gonna let her walk out in there and show you how high those weeds actually are. All right, so Mackenzie, head on out through there. Mackenzie came along today. She has one of my little cameras with her, a little GoPro clone that I have. And all right, that's good. And she's going to do a little bit of filming alongside of this stationary one. So you can see what we're dealing with here. And then it drops off right here and goes down this bank. So you can see I've been mowing that part of the bank, but this whole area right out through here at one time looked like that. Almost to that bush, that shrub down there. You can see where the grass kind of changes from sod to seed. And I took all that and I've cleared all that all this time. And all this is just free work just to help out this subdivision, make it look a little bit better to the passers-by, maybe increase property value for people. So all right, I'm gonna set the camera up, get my granddaughter busy, and we'll have at it. All right, let's get going. Yeah. I'm wearing my face shield. I know I'm not on camera right now, but I'm wearing my face shield just in case. All right, we're gonna see what we can rake up on some of this stuff. I got a lot of dead that's already here. Let me grab that. Here, maybe with your rake you can pull that a little bit better. See if you can pull that back some. I'll come over here and get this new stuff. And this is why I gave her the leather gloves. Ow.
You maybe want to get those bigger sticks a little bit better than I can?
I don't know, just try, get what you can. What you can't get, we'll work together and get it.
There's one that you just can't move right there.
That's as far as you need to go anyway. So I'm hoping I can get this clean enough that I can run my mower up into here each time I mow, or every other time or something.
You missed a tree. Yeah, I saw you down there. You got an entire tree. You got an entire rowing tree.
Yep.
You should have just left that tree there.
No.
We need to save trees.
Yeah, there's plenty of trees here.
No, we need team trees. Because the trees create clean oxygen.
They create oxygen.
Yeah.
You know what?
Clean oxygen.
So does grass.
But we cut the grass. It's not good.
Now granted, trees probably create more because they have more surface area.
That's why people It takes them for doing small stuff. And then it's, oh my god.
Hoping we made enough noise that all the copperheads ran away.
On my leg.
There you go, Kenzie. Grab that tree right there and throw it up in there. That one too.
I got this one first. That would have been a beautiful tree. Oh. Alcohol.
Yep. Plus that's why I gave you those gloves. Those gloves you can grab that and pull it off of you. These gloves will stick me.
It's sticking to my skin.
Yep. Okay. I think the rest of this is going to be a little easier. We won't have all these limbs. They had a tree fall down up here and they just cut it up and let it lay. One time I got up here and got all the logs, the big pieces, but the limbs were never taken care of. So they've just kind of laid here and rotted. Which is perfectly fine. This means I got more work to do today.
Stuck in the fire, it hurts.
Okay.
You're gonna get a little more down in there. And
Yeah, that's fine. I can mow over that.
you good?
Yep, we're good. Let's move the camera down a little bit and
I'm gonna go get my mini
move
camera.
forward.
In a couple of minutes, maybe I'll go down there and just like sit there for a minute. I'll film from a big distance.
Hey, turn your rake over right here so the forks are sticking into the ground.
Probably
You never leave a rake with the fork sticking up.
I didn't know that.
You don't want to be stepping on it.
You step on the rake by accident.
Okay.
That way it feels good.
I don't have my helmet on, but let's see how we do here. Area relatively flat, but only all bank, all that bottom up. That's a big little thing to stop and pull this back, take a break, come back up. All right, so my granddaughter had to leave. She was getting a little bit too hot. It's the beginning of summer, it's just Memorial Day. She's not quite used to the heat yet. So that's okay. It would be nice to have a helper. You guys that get to do all this with just 2 or 3 of you, I envy you. It'd be nice to have someone that can pull this aside as I'm cutting it. Because I know there's a lot of you that do it by yourself too. I don't know how many there are out there that do it by themselves that are 63 years old though. Although I did see that guy that took a yard and transformed it. It was he's much older than me, I believe, but he had a little better equipment, a little more money, I guess, to get the equipment. I have already bit the blade on this thing. When did I do that? Oh well. Alright, I think I'm gonna clean this up, and I think I'm gonna go get that other blade and see how it does. The one that's got the 2 little things that go down on it. See how it does. So let me grab all this, pull it up here in the woods. I'll be right back. I'm not trying to get all. I'm going to most of it. I don't want to get stuff. So I went up, changed blades. Let's try this thing out, see how it does. Tell you what, this heavier blade, it's got a gyroscopic action, so as I try to twist the blade, I can feel it fighting me just fine. Like I'm doing fast. Just have a single side. Oh no. Take light, get me. A couple of things I'm finding out about this blade that you can't do with a flat blade. Coming in on the bushes like you would a string trimmer, cutting them up as you go, instead of just cutting them off at the ground. Yeah, I think I'm liking this thing pretty well. It's cutting it up small enough. I think I just mow over most of it. Won't have to rake as much of it up. I'll tell you one thing though. This little housing right here, a Wild Badger Power or Sunsetter or whatever your parent company is, that thing gets super hot. Every time I let my arm hit into it, burn me. Do something about that. More airflow in there or something. Yeah. Let's break up what we can. Break up a lot. Yes, I have a bent blade. The old blade's got a little bit of a bend in it where I hit a stump one time. It's sharp, but bent. I think I'm gonna put it on the mower, come up here. That way if I ruin a blade, I'll just be ruining a blade that's already ruined. Now how did that little tree make it through all of that? Them daggum sweet gums. Hate them things. Them gum balls all in my yard. Yeah, it's funny. I don't know what the going rate is for lawn mowing in your area, but when I took on taking care of this entrance, it was way back up in there what the previous people mowed it charged 50 bucks to mow it. Of course, they were a crew. You know, they did it for a living. You gotta charge enough to make a living. I just do this part-time. I'm a network engineer full-time. I just do this kind of stuff on the side in the evenings, Saturdays, holidays like today is. And I do all this work for free except for the mowing. When I mow, I charge $50. And I charge that to do what they did, plus that much more again. Plus, I mow the other side of the road too. So as you're driving down the road, it's the whole in front of the subdivision looks good too. Now I'm adding all this into the mow, and I'll still keep it 50 bucks. So. All right. Time to move forward. Okay, so I swapped out, went up and got my shaft that has the Darwin's grip on it, and I opted from a regular hat and earplugs instead of the headphones. So let's move forward. I've been doing all of this with that face shield on. Didn't get a thing shung up my face. Now that I've taken it off, about 3 times I've had my face full. Yeah, let me go get the face shield. I am liking that blade though. In here where these grapevines and stuff are, I can come in on them and just whack them down as I go. Ooh, that was nice. Grabbed a briar. gums, poplars. I can't tell what I've done and not done. I'm gonna rake some of this away. Back at it. My goal is to get up that telephone pole right up there, clear out to it, so that when the guys come and work on that, they won't have to trudge through all this stuff. Good old kudzu holding the South together. Starting to get into where there's kudzu. This blade will really come in handy on that. Right over in here is where that tree fell over into there. That's all the little limbs that were left over from it, but there's more and more as you come up through here. So let's see what I got up in here. I've not been up in here in a long time. Yeah, I think them guys will appreciate it if I can get them up in there. There's some big old rocks over here. They're not going to be able to drive up here for sure. There's a boulder right over there. We'll show it at some point. These rocks here are barely sticking up. There's one pretty good size one sticking up. Had to take out your oil pan right there. All right, let's get back at it after I take a quick break. All right, well, don't know that I'm going to have enough battery to complete this. So I think what I want to do is I'm not going to worry about this area over in here. I'm just going to work my way up through here to the poles. You know, get all this area right over in here and not worry about this unless I have time. Then I'll come back and do it. So let's get over in here, start working our way up through there.